Hi, I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian candidate for president. Well, Republican potential presidential candidate Ron DeSantis has gone and done it. He's gotten himself in super hot water with fellow Republicans and conservatives. After a long period of silence on the crisis in Ukraine, DeSantis finally decided to go public with what his position is. And his position is that the United States should not get further entangled in Ukraine by shipping long-range missiles or jet planes. He says getting further entangled is not in our vital interest. Well, not surprisingly, his fellow Republicans and conservatives have gone ballistic. It's all over the internet. They're accusing him of being an appeaser, weak against his enemies. One of them even brought up Pearl Harbor. And among the most inane comments was from Republican U.S. Senator John Cornyn from Texas. He said, "My gosh, he's a veteran." As if being a veteran should make you a foreign interventionist automatically. And one of the funniest parts about this is that their comments and their critiques of DeSantis are mirroring those of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. In fact, Kamala Harris attacked DeSantis on the same grounds that the Republicans are doing, which just confirms what I've been saying for umpteen years. There's not any difference in a substantive sense between Republicans and Democrats, both domestically on the welfare state, the war on drugs, the war on immigrants, and so forth, and the warfare state and its policy of foreign interventionism. That notice that none of them talk about the role that the Pentagon played in ginning up this crisis. The Pentagon took NATO and began absorbing former members of the Warsaw Pact, moving ever closer to Russia's borders, threatening to absorb Ukraine, knowing full well that that would produce an invasion by Russia, because Russia's been saying that's what would happen for 25 years. So DeSantis says, oh, this is just a territorial dispute, because he can't bring himself to talk about the role of the Pentagon. No, neither can any other Republican critic of his, because the Pentagon is their God, that no one questions God. And if the Pentagon wants this crisis because it wants a new Cold War and it wants more taxpayer largesse for its so-called defense contractors, or if it wants to gin up another Cold War against China, if it wants to get America ever closer to nuclear war against these nuclear powers, who are we, the little serfs, to question the God? That's their mindset in the Republican Party, as well as the Democrat Party. Now, DeSantis clearly has adopted his position based on polling and surveying. It turns out that 40% of Republicans now oppose further involvement in Ukraine. Not any involvement, but further involvement. And that's DeSantis' position. So I think we need to cut him some slack. I think that as he has more time to do focus groups, do surveying, do polling, I think we're going to get a better idea of what his position is with respect to Ukraine. Or maybe not. I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian candidate for president in 2024. My campaign website is jacobforliberty.com.